The world's most dangerous bugs. Some insects in our world can be so deadly, while most are found in the deep bushes, an equal number can be found in the comfort of our homes. Some can take down a human with only one bite. We're talking about killer bees that are found in swamps, in parks, to lethal stinging scorpions. Here's a list of the world's most dangerous bugs. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more amazing content. So let's begin. Number 10. Bullet Ant. The name says it all, resting from a bullet, and is compared to being shot at. Not that it's an experience many are familiar with, but you get the picture. The ant attacks going through the central nervous system and the entire body and makes you feel a great deal of pain. The venom on the ant is, however, not lethal. The effects don't last for a long time. You, however, shake violently, sweat, and your heart races. These are among the largest of the ant species and grow to about an inch long. They are mostly found in the Amazon forest. An Amazonian tried using them for some ceremonies where they placed them on the hands and they rendered numerous bites. It is said that once the venom subsides, one has a huge blast of adrenaline. Number 9. Giant Hornets. These deadly bugs are said to go on killing sprees whereby they target children and farm workers. In the year 2013, about 43 people were killed, while over 1,000 were injured in Shanghai, China. After the incident, they sprayed the entire city, combining out giant hornet nest bugs and jet venom into the body. The venom kills red blood cells and leads to kidney failure, anaphylactic shock or even death then sets in for one worker. It was such a gruesome experience when dozens of hornets landed on her legs and head and she could not move. Eventually, the worker needed 13 dialysis treatments and 200 stitches. These bugs are the size of a thumb and have a black tooth that they use to sever the heads of their victims. Every hornet has about 1 to 2,000 young ones at any given breeding season. They feed their offspring with the larvae of other insects. They are usually attracted to sweet smells as well as alcohol, a fancy human sweat, especially during running. Number 8. Fleas. These may seem like common pests, but then don't be deceived. Once they get into your home, they can cause complete havoc. They can jump 8 inches, that's 150 times their height, meaning that moving around is not a hassle. That kind of jumping is crazy though. It's like a human jumping the length of 3 football fields. They don't cause severe harm to humans. The intense itching, however, could lead to infection. Fleas are most likely to cause an allergic reaction in pets and anemia from blood loss to other consequences. Their lifespan is around 100 days, and in a month, 25 fleas can multiply to up to 250,000. They are found on cats and dogs and can also go for birds, reptiles, and other mammals, including humans. Keeping grass short as well as vacuuming your carpets often is the best way to steer clear of these bugs. Number 7. Kissing Bug. What name do you give a bug that leaves bite marks on your face? You got that right, a kissing bug. This, however, is a case you don't want to encounter. The bug leaves lethal physics when it bites, which can cause a chronic illness that leads to flu-like symptoms. There is no cure for the illness, and in some cases, it causes an enlarged heart and a thinning of the colon. This bug is attracted to carbon dioxide, which humans breathe out, and that's the reason why most of their bites are around the mouth. That bite occurs mostly at night, and is said to cause a numbing effect on the area that they bite, meaning that you don't feel it when you're being bitten. While bug spray works perfectly as a repellent, they can enter homes using any opening and more, so they can get in the door cracks easily. Time to do a home renovation. Number 6. Brown Recluse. This is a very shy spider, that said. It's very deadly and has the power to melt human flesh. Its venom is so potent it can break down skin, fat and blood cells, a process called necrosis. This is, however, in very rare cases. People who are bitten by the spider experience minor discomfort, swelling, and redness. The symptoms clear within 3 days without any medical interventions. They can also render severe pain, ulcers, chills, and nausea, as well as joint pains and seizures. Luckily, they are shy and don't come out in openly crowded spaces. They like attics and garages. They are the most feared and misunderstood spiders in America. Number 5. Tsetse fly. One bite from this fly is enough to bring on lethal sleep. It has a saw-like mouth which is able to tear and rip the skin while sucking blood, as if that wasn't bad enough. It also transmits serious tropical diseases when it finds its victims. Symptoms such as fever, aching, and a headache are very common. As time goes by, the illness becomes worse. A feeling of tiredness is the most common symptom at this level, which is why it's called the sleeping sickness. The disease affects the brain and can cause a personality change, confusion, and poor coordination. Medical treatments are quite available, but can be dangerous and even toxic, mostly if the disease gets to the brain. Tsetse flies are found in Central Africa as of now. They are said to have been completely eradicated, but it's suspected that there are a few cases that go unreported in the villages. The fly is one of the few that feed young ones with milk when they're born, much like humans. They get very few offspring, and when they are born, they come out of the uterus fully grown, fed, and healthy. Number 4. Board flies. These flies will simply make you cry. They don't necessarily live such a long life, so they have the most peculiar habits. First off, they mate, then hatch the eggs and then smash them into the bodies of insects, such as ticks and mosquitoes. When the eggs are left out, they easily burrow into your skin and feed off the skin until they are all grown up and fly away and repeat the process all over again. The larvae of the eggs causes holes to open up in the skin of victims, making them vulnerable to bacteria and disease, which can easily enter through the wounds. There are a few ways to treat someone who's been affected by botulism. He can be removed by tweezers. Doctors also prescribe some antibiotics or even bacon, which is less painful than tweezers. All we have to do is attach the piece of bacon to the affected area, and then the flies will attach themselves to the bacon instead. Just don't eat the bacon afterwards if you know what's good for you. Number 3. Killer bees. This is what you get when you breed a European honeybee with an African bee. A dangerous going to be that super aggressive type and will sting human beings to their very death. Up to 1,000 people have been killed by killer bees. Children and elderly are most at risk. They are not able to run away from an attack by the killer bees, who will chase their victims up to a quarter mile. The venom is not necessarily stronger, it's just that the stings from multiple bees mean more dosage of the venom, making it then deadly. They were the result of a failed scientific experiment in America's green forest, and that's now under threat, where the imported killer bees are causing death and destruction among birds, butterflies, as well as bats in the rainforest. The nestling habits of these bees mean that they can be easily found near humans. They, however, get agitated by noise, such as lawn mowing and dogs barking. If an attack ever happens, the best thing to do is run very fast. Number 2. Mosquitoes. They kill millions of people each year. Once upon a time, it was the deadliest creature on the whole planet. It's not the bite itself that causes the death, it's a disease transmitted by these blood suckers. When they sink their teeth into human flesh, it's not only the female mosquitoes that bite because they rely on the protein in the blood to feed their eggs, but then the destruction is quite enormous. They use incredible 6 needle-like parts to pierce into the skin. Then they transmit a host of deadly diseases, the most prominent one being malaria. This disease destroys the red blood cells, leaving the victims suffering from fever, headaches, body aches, muscle aches, vomiting, and of course diarrhea. Though this is common in some parts of the world, there's a preventive medication that's quite effective. Zika virus, which is also caused by mosquitoes, made headlines recently after a spike in cases since it leads to serious birth defects, most common of which result in abnormally small head of diseases linked to the mosquito, including yellow fever, Nile virus, and dengue fever. Chikungunya mosquitoes are attracted to bright clothing and scented beauty products. Before we get to number 1, check out this book that looks like it lives on Mars. It's called A Giant Water Bug and is found in North America, South America, and Northern Australia. It only dwells near freshwater sources such as rivers and reservoirs. They eat small fish, tadpoles and amphibians, and even poor baby turtles. Don't let the name fool you, their bite is lethal and painful. Number 1. The house centipede. This one has many tiny legs. Unlike its competitors, its speed is outstanding and it uses the multiple legs to lasso the prey, such as flies, bedbugs, and wasps. It injects venom to subdue the tasty treats. Centipedes can live a very long life compared to other insects, about 4 or 5 years, meaning they have time to perfect their hunting skills. Their bites cause discomfort to humans, as well as redness and swelling like this. They are not looking to attack humans and will tend to stay away from humans, since they're not a source of food. They only will sting you if you touch them. It's not such a bad idea having them around. They'll also get rid of other crawling insects in the vicinity. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please let me know by clicking the like button, do so. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.